What's up, guys?
What is up, guys?
What's up, guys, and welcome to the DNG Network.
Micah Parsons.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the DNG Network. As it's not just another plain old video like an Immaculate Grid or Road to the Show, not Road to the Show, sorry, franchise mode. We're doing a tier list. Can you believe it? We're actually going to do a tier list. And if you ask either one of us, when was the last time we did a tier list? At least on this channel, it was more than a year ago. I'll tell you that right now. But it's a special edition, I guess you can say. As today specifically, we're going to be ranking the World Series logos from the past, 15 years? And this will be interesting because we'll probably differ for some, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes exactly. So, Grant?
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting going back, reminiscing on some of these series, and honestly, trying to remember some of them that we probably forgot about by now. And,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, what, you were like 5 years old in 2010?
Something like that. Wait, no, I was 6. Close enough. Close enough.
But yeah, well, let's get into it. Y'all see the categories right there. We got goated series. We got good baseball. We got average baseball. We got meh. And then utter dog water.
Yeah, Doug Water, yeah.
So we're going to start with the most recent World Series, the one that ended just a couple days ago. As you probably know, the LA Dodgers beat the Toronto Blue Jays in 7 games. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was your World Series MVP after he went complete game shutout in Game 2, right? Game 2?
Probably. I don't remember which
There
game.
he
It was one of the
goes.
first 3.
6 innings in Game 6, and then comes in for what was it, like 3 scoreless innings in Game 7 to get the win.
Something like that.
Just absurd, giving shades of Madison Bumgarner from back in the day. We'll talk about that series later. But did you watch any of the Game 6 or Game 7?
I watched a bit. I try to keep up with all the games. I probably watched Game 6, but I know for sure I watched Game 7 and it came down to the end. And so for me, I was kind of 50-50 when it came to who I was rooting for because I wanted the Blue Jays to win mainly for the sake of it would mean the Dodgers lose. But I would want the Dodgers to win because a team outside of the United States would win or would lose. But at the end of the day, it was mainly because I wanted both teams to lose because I didn't want a lockout, but I wanted the team in the United States to win. So it was a good series nonetheless. It was interesting how it literally came down to a game of inches with that Isaiah kind of left a slide at the plate where he was just inches away from being safe if he had, or they were saying if he had ran instead of slid. It could have been a different ball game. It could have been a different outcome, but who knows?
Yeah, and then you had Game 6, the ball getting stuck under the wall. That whole situation. Did you see any of that?
I didn't see that, but I did kind of see something like that talking about it on social media. I don't remember where exactly, and I think in the caption was saying that the Blue Jays should definitely reconsider changing that rule or something along those lines. Which, man, if it's costing your team a game, then obviously you definitely want to plan for that in the future.
You also had Miguel Rojas being the hero in Game 7. Who would have saw that coming?
Not me. Not absolutely not me.
The game-tying home run with 1 out in the 9th. And honestly, Jeff Hoffman, why are you throwing a 3-2 pitch right down the middle to a major league hitter? Like, I don't care if it is Miguel Rojas. You can't just throw the ball right down the middle and expect that not to happen.
Yeah, even if you threw it to a person like me, I'm gonna try to swing at it. I might try to bunt it or something to put it in play. So, yeah.
So, I mean, you also had the 18-inning game in Game 3. Kind of wild there. Played 2 full games just to get the outcome of 1. Yeah, where are you thinking on this one?
I'm thinking for just. I think this might be a bit extra. I'm gonna put it in good baseball because at the end of the day, I think it was great nonetheless. The 18 inning game went to a game seven, which is not what a lot of people expected. But I'm also kind of thinking like if and only if the Blue Jays won, it might be pushed to the GOATed series just because of that alone. It would avoid a repeat, but nonetheless, I'm gonna keep rambling on. But yeah, there's so many reasons why it shouldn't be. But I don't know. I might have to push it to GOATed series because now that I'm thinking about it, because there's so much that came out of it. Like the Dodgers made history going back to back World Series champions. There's just a lot of great things that came out of this series.
Well, my question to you is, how many series do we want in the GOATed series? Is it
I
just
say
gonna
for
be
going,
one, or is it gonna be like one or two?
I would say two. So I'll hold off on goated series for now, and if I want to potentially try to convince myself that I deserve to be a goat series, I might push 2025 World Series. But for now, I'll digress.
And we can adjust it from there. 2024, as you just mentioned, the Dodgers went back to back, so they won in 24, beating the Yankees in 5 games. Freddie Freeman was your uh, Finals MVP. He had the walk-off grand slam in Game One. Other than that, it was not really that remotely. I mean, you had the Judge error that cost the Yankees a lot of runs, and honestly can't remember much else from it. And it was just a year ago, so
Yeah, I'm kind of in between average ball and meh because to your point, and I'm kind of remembering, kind of realizing that, ladies and gentlemen, from the intro, I did say logos. I didn't realize we were doing the World Series themselves, so I'll influence my decisions with the logos and that. But obviously, decent logo, nothing too crazy. Definitely a downgrade from this past year with a major upgrade for the logo. But like you said, it only went to 5 games, and there was a chance that the Yankees had, but there's that grand slam, and then the comeback that the Dodgers had that really just solidified the Dodgers' chances of like, yep, we're gonna win the series. If it wasn't for this moment, there might have been a change in history if it wasn't for that, I guess, momentum shift. So I'm just kind of thinking average ball, meh kind of range. Because, and I'll say this right now, in 2023, I kind of want to be biased, but even with bias, I just don't see 2023 going far, and 2024 not going much further as well.
uh, I'm kind of with you there. I'm leaning more towards meh because, I mean, let's be honest, it didn't even really seem close.
Yeah,
And I mean, that Game 1 was close, but then the rest of the series, obviously, the Yankees ended up winning 1 game, but it, something about it just says meh to me.
that's fair. I can definitely agree with you on that because like to the point you're making, it's just there are sparks here and there, but it's just there wasn't enough for it to be a viable series to be like, yeah, I would want to watch this again and again and again.
Yeah, if this, in about 5 years down the line, are we going to remember anything that happened in that series?
Besides, maybe I think only the home run,
Yeah, the
and
Freddie
there's probably
Freeman
like two or three
walk-off,
moments.
that's about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking the walk off, maybe the final out. There's not a lot to remember from that.
Yeah, so in 2023, obviously, our Texas Rangers beat the D-backs in 5 games. Corey Seager named MVP. And you had the comeback in Game 1 with Seager hitting the tying home run in the ninth, and then Adolis Garcia walking it off. Outside of that, let's be honest, none of the games really felt that crazy. I mean, uh, the closeout game when Eovaldi was escaping all those jams
Oh yeah,
and
it was
back-to-back
insane.
innings. But outside of that, I mean, it's just some bang average ball.
I think it was. I feel like it was a little bit better the than the 2024. speaking from a little bit of bias, if I'm being completely real, but I feel like I don't know. I think I can put it above 2024 because I feel like there's more memorable stuff, especially for it being the Rangers. It was their third World Series appearance, but the first time that they could actually like really truly get it done, and it was definitely the more. I feel like it was more memorable and more than the 2024 World Series, only for the fact that it was the first World Series championship for a team in their franchise history, in comparison to the Dodgers winning another double, adding to their double digits of championships. So,
Yeah, so I think we're in agreement. Average ball here.
hmm
Okay,
I don't.
after some minor technical difficulties there, we're back. We're going on to 2022. So
It was the Dodgers.
2022,
I'm remembering Astros second. Yeah, I'm remembering
yeah,
that.
the Astros get the win. They beat the Phillies in 6. Carlos Pena, your MVP. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember much of this series.
I don't either. I would say you can ask me about a lot of these series, but I probably won't remember most of them. So, because I didn't, I'll be honest, from the span of maybe 2022 to maybe after the Rangers lost in the divisional series to the Blue Jays because of Jose Bautista's iconic home run, I didn't really watch baseball between those years. So I might know who maybe won the World Series, but that's really about it. So there's not much to take away for me.
I think we just throw it in meh, move on.
Yeah.
Don't really know
Yes.
much about what happened. Oh, that was the 2021 logo. How did they get backwards? Okay. 2022.
There
I'm
you
so
go.
confused. 2021, the Braves beat the Astros in 6. Jorge Soler was your MVP, and the big moment from that one was Game 6 in Houston when Soler hit the absolute moonshot, no doubter, that put them, the Braves ahead in that Game 6, and it was all the runs they needed because they shut them out in that game to win, to close out the series. Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, like a lot of these, I'm remembering more like the series before that, like
Yeah.
like the divisional round series or the championship series. But I mean, this one it had a good moment. I mean,
Yeah, I think I was gonna just say that I think average ball will be kind of my pick because the one thing I do remember is that the fact that the Braves won their World Series and they had a pretty solid roster. Like you said, Soler, you got Freddie Freeman, and a handful of other
oh, you
players
had Jock
just on that
Peterson and
roster.
his oh, what was it? Pearl necklace or whatever he was wearing that year.
I forgot he was on the Braves. I forget. He's like I don't know, like Shaq or like he's like Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's been on a bunch of teams and you don't remember which ones.
And the Braves won that series without Acuna, remember?
Yeah, I was about to be like, was Acuna on that roster or not? And I just couldn't remember. But
It
yeah,
was like the first time he had the major injury. It was like his ACL or something. He missed
hmm
most of the season.
yeah,
Yeah, I think we agreed on average ball. Moving to 2020, the bubble year, the Dodgers beat the Rays in 6, and the Corey Seager MVP. That was the series that happened in Globe Life Field with no fans.
yeah. No fans. Woo! In a
Uh,
stadium. Yeah.
I think the two most memorable points from that series were the Brett Phillips walk off, where he starts taking it off in the center field as like an airplane. Do you remember that?
Honestly, no. I don't think I ever watched that series whatsoever.
And then, of course, the famous Blake Snell getting pulled when he had like a, what was it? He was like had a shutout going in the 6th, and he got pulled at like
Oh, I know what you're talking
70
about.
something
Yeah.
pitches or whatever.
They basically had a good game going. He got pulled, and I think everything went wrong, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was
Or
I think it
something
was the
stupid happened.
closeout game. He was going good, and then they pulled him, and then it all went downhill, and they lost.
Yeah,
But I'm saying dog water just for the sole fact that this series didn't have any fans.
that's a valid reason, and
And
I would
neither
say many
team
people are
got
gonna.
to play on their home field. Like,
Yeah, that's what sucks. And the one thing people are gonna say, like whether it's in the comments of this video or just in general, especially people who are not Astro fans or Dodger fans, are gonna be like, "Oh well, it's just a Mickey Mouse championship bubble ring asterisk." I mean, no matter what, it's gonna have. Like for me, I'll say it's gonna have an asterisk, not for the fact that it's a yes, it's a bubble ring, it's all that kind of stuff. They'll say that like it even happened with the Los Angeles Lakers because they just so happened to be in Los Angeles as well, winning the bubble NBA title. But at the same time, it's like there was no fans. It was at a time where things were limited. It was a shortened season, so if it was, let's say there was a full season, I don't know if the Dodgers would have actually made the World Series.
I mean,
They could have, but who knows?
even if it was a shortened season, even if it was no fans, all the situation being the same, every team had the same situation. It's not like the Dodgers had some benefit for not having fans. The Dodgers probably
Yeah.
would have benefited from having their fans there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we digress. Into 2019, the Nationals beat the Astros in 7. Steven Strasburg, your MVP, as that series, the road team won all 7 games. I don't know if you remember that. Game 7, Howie Kendrick hits the homer off the foul pole for the Nationals.
Also, I was gonna say a lot of the facts you're gonna give, just to, so that way you're not wasting too much of your breath. A lot of the facts you're gonna say, you can say them, but there's a 99% chance I'm not gonna remember them, unless it has to do with the 2016, 2011, or 2010 World Series, and that's really about it. If I'm really thinking about it, but I know what direction you're going though.
Yeah, so this one, like, to me, everybody was rooting against the Astros in this series because I think this was the year the cheating scandal became public.
Mm,
So the Astros were this hated team. They get to the World Series, the Nationals, the underdog. Well, I don't really know if you could count them as an underdog. I mean, I guess compared to the Astros, maybe. But it was like everybody wanted the Nationals to win just so that the Astros couldn't. And you had the epic, like, Howie Kendrick moment in Game 7. And that was when Anthony Rendon made a name for himself before he went to the Angels.
and just wasted all their money.
And it was also the year after Bryce Harper left. You had Juan Soto breaking out.
Yeah, that's insane to think about.
This one, I think, is right on par with the 2025 World Series.
Yeah, I think it could go up there.
It
I
can
think it
be
qualifies.
teetered on the edge of GOATed. We can have that discussion. I think there's one series that's guaranteed to be in GOATed. We'll get to it. And there's another one that I mean, there's a couple that are going to be really hard. This is going to be really hard to choose which one goes in the GOATed. We'll go into 2018. The Red Sox beat the Dodgers in 5. Steve Pearce is your MVP. Gonna be honest, I knew
I don't remember
the Red Sox. I knew
remember.
the Red Sox won this World Series. I couldn't tell you who they played against or anything that happens. I mean, Steve Pearce, out of all people, winning the MVP. Like,
Never heard of that man in my entire life.
just either throw it in average or meh. There's not much else to say.
I'd say meh. Yeah, so I say meh.
Okay, 2017. This is the year the Astros beat the Dodgers in 7. George Springer was your MVP. And come to find out, like I said, the cheating scandal situation happened this season. You had the Yankees. I mean, you had that epic series against the Yankees in the championship series. And I mean, that's not the World Series, but still.
Yeah.
Does this go in the dog water just because the cheating situation?
I mean, we could. I would definitely put it a little bit above meh. Well, like in meh. Only reason because I remember keep seeing things of like well, what if well, I think remember someone saying it had something to do with the Dodgers or just in general with the ideas of cheating scandals, maybe specifically the Dodgers, maybe having a cheating scandal. It's like, well, it's like, well, if we're hating on the Astros for having a cheating scandal, then we should be hating on the Dodgers for doing it. But that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know the full story. Honestly, I don't care. And plus, it's the Astros, and as a Texas Ranger fan, I'll definitely put it in dog water. The bias is kicking in now. I'm putting it in dog water. Final
Yeah, I
decision. Final
think
answer.
just because there's no definitive proof, like if you could come out and say they weren't doing it in the World Series, which why the almost said a bad word, would you do it during the regular season and not do it when it matters the most? Like you can't tell me
Yeah.
that wasn't happening. I mean,
Yeah.
the only argument you have is it was the whole they had the camera set up, they could see the fingers of the catcher, they knew what pitch was coming, so they bang on the trash can. Now I can guarantee you ain't hearing a trash can get banged on during a World Series game. That leads to the whole buzzer situation when Altuve walked it off. You remember this? And he didn't
I
want them
think
ripping
so.
his jersey off because he had
Oh, yeah,
a
then
new
yeah.
tattoo, is what he said. But everyone's speculating it was a buzzer or something because they had to switch from the trash cans.
Oh yeah, I think I remember hearing like something like that, and then like one time he ripped open his jersey and showed that there was nothing there or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard to say that if they were or weren't cheating. I mean, if they weren't, I mean, you could have an argument for it to be higher, but there's no guarantee. So that's why I think dog water.
Mm-hmm.
Moving
the
to,
next series.
yeah,
I think the next
2016.
series.
The Cubs beat the then Indians in 7. Ben Zobrist MVP. And you had the epic Game 7. Aroldis Chapman comes in, gives up the game-tying home run to Rajai Davis. You remember that?
Not really. All I remember is that the final out, Game 7, Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, and breaking the curse.
Yeah, I think
That's really all I remember.
this one's right up there with 2025 and 2019. Could teeter on the edge of the GOATed series.
Yeah, I feel like just for the fact that it went to Game 7 between two teams who hadn't been to a World Series or even won a World Series for a good amount of time. And the whole curse thing and it being broken, which is super iconic. And the reason, it might be a little bit of bias from me, even though it has nothing to do with the Rangers, has nothing to do with anyone, but it's the fact that I think a couple years ago I found out that one of the pitchers, I believe it was Jake Arrieta, is actually from the high school that I attended. He's alumni of the same high school that I went to, which I'm like, I went to the high school of a World Series champion? Because I was curious, like, who is a notable alumni that went to the same high school as me? And there wasn't a lot, and the only person I know was like, oh, Jake Arrieta. I know who that is. Cool, awesome. But I digress, so we can continue further.
Just a quick sidebar. Didn't Jalen Hurts go to high school somewhere up there? Did he go to like Allen or something?
You're thinking of Kyler. I don't know if Jalen Hurts went to Allen High School. I know Kyler Murray went to Allen High School. But that's the only thing I remember.
Quick Google.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be.
I don't know. He went to some place called Channelview. Maybe I was thinking of Kyler Murray. I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been. I said he did go to somewhere in Texas. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Back to the
2015.
2015, the Royals beat the Mets in 5. Salvador Perez was your MVP. And
I don't know anything from this World Series. The only thing I remember is that my grandparents got me a baseball from when we went to Kansas City with the World Series logo on it. That's all I remember.
yeah, I don't really remember any of the games specifically, but I mean those teams. You had Mike Moustakas, Eric Hosmer, Salvador Perez, and the Royals' epic bullpen, and versus the Mets, who had David Wright, and they had the Dark Knight on the mound, Matt Harvey. Remember him?
Nope, not
Oh,
ringing a
he
bell.
didn't play
Especially if
it.
it was for Mac that good.
That was when Noah Syndergaard was going by Thor and everything.
No, Syndergaard. I haven't heard that name in a hot minute.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say maybe average ball.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of teetering between average ball and meh, because like you said, there's nothing I remember in comparison to you, because I know that you remember a lot more of the stuff than I do.
Yeah. 2014, it was that same Royals team, but they got beat by the Giants in 7. This was the Madison Bumgarner Legacy Series. He gets the
Oh yeah,
win
this
in
was
Game 1.
Ochi's last one. Yeah.
Gets the win in Game 1 and Game 5. Comes in for the save in Game 7. Yeah, he obviously won the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
That was the third of the Giants World Series. I think this one's good baseball, but it's not like on teetering like the other ones.
Yeah, I think it could just be like, last place in the good baseball. Enough to beat the next few sets of World Series.
2013, the Red Sox beat the Cardinals in 6. Big Papi was the MVP. Don't really remember much about this series.
I don't remember anything. I would put it in meh, just for the fact that just nothing really notable that sticking out to at least to me, even though I didn't keep up with it, like ever.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Problems.
Technical
There we go.
difficulties again. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Should we go meh or average? Because I feel like the next one's gonna go in meh.
I also we could put it in last place for average ball if we're gonna think of the next one being in meh.
The next one, the Giants sweep the Tigers. Pablo Sandoval, the MVP. I mean, anytime it's a
Tigers.
sweep. Anytime
Yeah.
it's a sweep, like, can you
Unless
even
it's the, I
argue?
would say the one big thing for me is that if it's a sweep, it depends on the teams and it depends on the team that won that got the sweep. Like, let's say I don't know, the Rangers swept the Dodgers next year in the World Series. Now that's gonna be a goated series because it's like the Rangers, who has a solid team, don't know who it's gonna be next year. Let's say hypothetically it is like, let's say hypothetically the same two teams. It's like, oh wow, good pitching, and then all of a sudden beating a stacked Dodgers team. Crazy, absolutely insane for a sweep.
Yeah. Next up, the 2011 series. We know this one very well. Cardinals beat the Rangers in 7. David Freese, your MVP, and I think this one goes.
I think for the
goated.
iconic call, I would say it's got to be up there. It's got to be somewhere up there for at least for the iconic Joe Buck call. Is at least in my opinion.
I mean, you got David Freese going off. I mean, he set the record before Adolis Garcia broke it for RBIs in the postseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then you had the Game 6 situation with Nelson Cruz.
Nelson Cruz.
And then you had Freeze walking it off. And then you go to Game 7. Honestly, don't remember much about Game 7. It's kind of depressing. Kind of blocked it from my memory.
All I remember, because I made a hype video for the 23 World Series, is that it was David Murphy hitting to left field, fly out. What a team! What a ride! And that's really all I remember only from that clip. So
I think this
Yeah.
one is battling with these other 4 for
it's got to go.
goated.
It's got to go up there. Yeah.
So the 2010, the Giants beat the Rangers in 5. Edgar Renteria is your MVP. That was the first of their 3. They were going every other year.
Mhm.
This one, I mean, what is there to really say? Can't really remember much about it, except for I
Yeah.
think it wasn't even close when the Rangers got there.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'd bang average or meh, one of the two.
I say in the middle. There we go. So it's like a yeah. I
So
like
we
the
gotta
shape. It's kinda fun.
decide. Does one of these move up to goated? got-
One of them has to. One of them. I feel like one of them needs to. Just one.
Now, are we
Which
having
one?
recency bias with 2025?
Let's avoid recency bias because if we're saying, oh, we go with recency bias and say, oh yeah, then like, oh, but it's a recent World Series, of course we're gonna pit it and code it. I mean, it went to Game 7. It came down to the
I mean,
literal wire.
all the three of these went to Game 7. Now,
Yeah.
2025 went Game 7 extra innings.
Mm-hmm.
2016, you had the Cubs. That also went to extra innings. The Cubs Indians series.
I
Game
forgot
7.
that it went to extras. I forgot that it went to extras.
Yeah, because Rajai Davis
Ooh.
hit the tying homer that sent it to extras. I think he hit it in the 8th. They went scoreless in the 9th, and then Zobrist had the RBI single in the 10th that put them ahead. They added another run. The Indians get one back, but ultimately the Cubs close it out.
Hmm. Ooh, I don't know. It's between 2016 and 2025. Both good series.
At 2019, you had the Nationals beating the Astros, where the road team won all 7. But I think the 2 extra inning ones, they kind of weigh more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially because it's free baseball in the World Series. You don't see that very often.
I mean, if we're going free baseball, we got a whole, like, technically that was game 8 of the Dodgers Blue Jays series.
Oh yeah, because the 18th. Yeah. Oh yeah, not yeah, yeah. Technically, it went to 8 games instead of 7. Technically,
Oh man, this one's
I
difficult.
don't know. It feels like a coin toss at this point.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards 2016. I'm
Outside of
kind
the
of
game 7, I don't really remember much of the 2016 one. But it was such an
Mm-hmm.
iconic game 7, like. And then you have this year. I mean, we remember it a lot more because it just happened.
Yeah.
Uh, you have the first team that repeats. So we're looking at first team that repeats since when was it? The Yankees in the
I
early
think it was since
2000s?
yeah, in the early 2000s, yeah.
Or you have the Cubs breaking their, what was it, like 60, 70 something year drought?
I think it was more like 100 something year.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, yeah, 107 seasons. Yeah. I knew it was 100 something seasons.
Yeah. So, man.
I'm sticking with 2016. If we have to do a coin flip,
Yeah, I think
that's pretty
2016 takes it.
Congratulations, 2016 and 2011 World Series. You made it to the GOATed series on the DNG network.
Yeah. And shout out the Dodgers and Astros for being dog water.
And shout out the Rangers for winning at least one of these World Series.
Yeah, but
Even
losing
though they
2.
lost two of them. Still, they won one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we definitely rambled on and talked a lot, and I mean a lot about baseball and kind of figuring out like how we were gonna rank all these. Definitely tough decision towards the end of it. It's kind of easy at the beginning, especially since I was mainly thinking about the logos more than anything, and then I'm like, oh, we're talking about the series, not the logos. But anyways, I will digress. As hope y'all enjoyed. Stick around to the end. Comment down below. I don't know. Cubs. Yeah, just comment down below Cubs, just because.
He said
And if you
Tubs. I
want,
was like, what?
no, I said Cubs. Cubs. Cubs, not Dubs.
Oh, I thought you said
Anyways,
Tubs with a T.
what?
I don't know why. I was just like, what are you talking about?
Okay,
Anyway,
comment Tubbs then. Yeah, comment Tubbs. Anyways, if you want to enjoy this video, smash the like button, consider subscribing to the channel, tell your friends about us, share this video with someone who you would think that would enjoy this. Comment down below what you want to see next, and we're out of words at this point, at least I am. And we will see y'all in the next video. Adios, amigos.
bye.
Don't be scared.